Right on. Welcome back to the best damn game ever made, Digimon World 2003. All right, so this is going to be a train episode. That's why I'm doing a voiceover. Obviously, this is not live play. It's all going to be at 10 times speed because basically this is, I think, maybe 3.5 hours, maybe even 4 hours compressed into just 30 minutes. So basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to go from level 32 to level 40 to unlock our final forms and also to be ready for the next badge. If you've watched the previous few videos, I was clearly underleveled and I should have already done this training, but we're doing it right here, right now. Like I said, this should be the second to last grinding video. This should also be the second longest one. The longest one is still to come because I have to get Renamon and not Renamon. I have to get Kotamon and Monmon up to level 45 as well from level 28. So that's going to be a whole different video. But for now, just enjoy what we're doing. I'm going to be doing some stuff here. This part is actually slowed down a bit. This is going to get the golden ID. The reason you want the golden ID is so that you can get the super trainings for strength, speed, wisdom, spirit, and defense, as well as ice. But ice doesn't really matter. The speed really does matter, and spirit and strength are very important as well. And that basically raises your ceiling for training from each training being worth about 65 if you do if you get the perfect training 3 and then a good training at the end, and you get to go for ultra training, which will give you around 84 to 90 if you do it right. So that's why you want the gold. It's called the gold ticket on the HUD, but in here it's going to be called the golden ID, and you see it on my right hand side, third from the top. By the way, there's also a platinum ID. I'm not quite sure at this moment in time what it does, but it's probably just a better version of the gold ID. You get it by being Black War Greymon in the sewers where Datamon is on the Asuka side. So you just do that on the Amaterasu side instead. But obviously you can't do that until I think darn near the end of the game, because I don't think you can even get across the bridge at this point. I'm pretty sure Nightmon just kills you if you try. So right now I'm learning things. This may just be a 2003ism because I don't remember this in Digimon World 3. So this may only be present in the PAL version. You're going to see me struggle quite a bit trying to train Kumamon here. I get one ultra training to succeed, and it seems like it's impossible to do the exact same training with the exact same Digimon and get another success in a row. It's the least impossible without having a train item on. I haven't tried it with a train item, so I don't know. But I eventually come up with this game plan where I do 1 TP and I just fail the ultra training with that 1 TP. Now, the important part is you have to fail an ultra challenge. You can't just fail in general. You have to fail an ultra challenge. And if you fail an ultra challenge, then it allows you to pass the next ultra challenge, even if it's another 10 TP one. So what I end up doing is I end up spending 11 TP basically per training, because I do 10 TP, I get my 80 to 90 points, and then I do 1 TP and I fail that one, it only gives me like 4 to 6 points each time. So altogether I'm getting around 95 points per 11 TP, which is still far more efficient than 10 points for 65. So just keep that in mind. I'm still very much more efficient even though I'm paying more. And this is about where I figure out to start using the ones and just, try that out. And it's working, so I keep doing it. Also, you can see my stats here. I'm skyrocketing up. I actually kind of overtrained Kumon here because of evolution. You don't really need to go to 1,000 with your base Digimon. Well, 999 rather. You can be at 900 even, and your evolution will take you most of the way forward, because these Digimon right here right now are at level 33. They're still got some leveling to do. They're probably going to hit, they're definitely going to hit 45. They're probably going to hit 50. So I am overtraining, and I correct it with Vmon. I don't go all the way up to 99. I do, and then I say, wait, no, I didn't need to do that much, and I revert it, and I say, okay, screw that. We're gonna instead put into spirit because Veemon's meant to be a mixed attacker, and I don't have any spirit. Patamon is a victim of its own needs. It's a magical Digimon, so it needs to train spirit and wisdom on top of speed and a bit of strength just to be competent. So it's almost out of points by the time it gets here, unfortunately. But when we get to a spot where we can also get some TP chips, we'll be using those on Patamon mostly in order to get its speed and its spirit up to maximum. One thing I do is I do stop training Patamon on strength. I'm not training it anymore on strength. I'm going to rely on its ability to deal damage with its magic attacks from here on out. I have enough MP. I don't want to use it all the time, but between counter crest getting me a good counter attack and my actual spells being pretty powerful, we're good to go. Also, while I'm doing this training, you see me, I'm hunting down Cardmon. On my right hand side of the screen, you can see what I'm looking for. So this is going to be 6Bs, I think. I can't see because it's scrolling by too fast, but I'm pretty sure it's 6Bs. So Gold Aura, Beast Energy, and Fire Cannon. Basically, trying to build a deck because pretty soon we're going to be going up against the Dual Island again. But this is going to be the Amaterasu version, so it's going to be stronger than the Oscar version. They're going to have some new stuff. Pro tip, you definitely want to fish at Divermon's Lake in Amaterasu because that's where you're going to get your freeze bugs, if you didn't know that already. But yeah, we're just, yep, and here we go. This is going to be pack 7B, which gives you freeze bug. So 6B was the Wire Forest East. I suggest hunting there because it's a nice compact area. It's pretty easy to tell where everything's at. 7B is the Divermon's Lake fishing. You can fish anywhere, honestly, in East Sector. I just recommend Divermon's Lake. And then 8B was done before. It's over at it was last stream, I think. That was over at Phoenix Bay is probably the best place to do it, that or Twinkle Bridge, so that you have a healer nearby. And then the last one is 9B, which is going to be kicking trees and sleeping forest and kicking forest. I'm going to show you a trick with that because that can be frustrating, but it's a lot easier if you do it the way I show you how to do it here. Cardmon is pretty bad XP, so you don't actually want to level with Cardmon. You want to kind of get it done as quickly as possible so you can go back to your real leveling targets. But while we're leveling anyway, since I skipped leveling and I skipped Cardmon, which on second thought, when I did some post-production reordering and stuff, I said, wait. After getting the gold ticket, that's where I want to put in Cardmon. So I moved all the Cardmon stuff, besides the one over in Asuka. All the Amaterasu Cardmon stuff now falls after Gold ID. It's no longer before any of the gym leaders. It's now all after Gold ID, which means there's 2 gym leaders you need to beat because you need to get the Digi-Egg of Knowledge. And then once you have Digi-Egg of Knowledge, go get the Gold ID, and then you start grabbing your Cardmon. Here I make a small misplay. I do buy all the Garudamon before I open these packs up. And I am going to get 2 free Garudamon. They are kind of common in these packs. So I did not need to buy so many of them. That's 12 grand, 13 grand I threw away. And you can see here I'm going for security hall, freeze bugs, of course, chaos virus, and illegal accesses. Um, all those are common enough except for freeze bug. Freeze bug is actually extremely rare. For a second, I thought I got the packs wrong, and I was about to go look for it, and then one popped up in the pack. So that's when I knew, okay, I got it. So here is Kicking Forest. This is for the 9B packs, and this is actually pretty hard, and the card bonds are pretty strong. So what you don't want to do is this: you don't want to run around, right? Because if you run around, you'll be running around all day. And that's how most people will do it, which is why they probably assign it the 9B. But what I recommend you do is just go in and out of the forest from Wind Prairie. As you do that, you're going to be able to kick the first tree just by going down, even at full speed. Like I have frame limit toggled, I can still accurately kick that tree. Continue doing that, and eventually you're going to get a white or a red response, and that's how you know there's a card mon nearby. Much, much faster and less frustrating than trying to run around kicking trees in this forest, because there's so many trees to kick. There's such a vast expanse. Like if you go the wrong direction, let's say you go down instead of right first, or you go right instead of down, you've wasted a massive amount of time and had like at least 2 or 3 Digimon encounters by the time you actually end up encountering the cardmon that was there. So yeah, we're just gonna go through this. We don't need as many. I think we needed 10 of these or 12 of these. We need 12 of these for Eagle Eye Cycle, Flame Gatling, and Vicious Hacking. Eagle Eye Cycle is going to be the rarest card in this pack. Flame Gatling is actually pretty common in this pack. And then Vicious Hacking is common enough. But Eagle Eye Cycle is like the rare one. It's a really good card. You want it. Trust me. Another thing you might not have caught was Pack 1 Alpha. I might have done it in the previous video where I went and did Pack 8 Alpha. Excuse me, not 1 Alpha, 8 Alpha. That had a copy of X Vmon in it. So if you're having a hard time finding X Vmon, that's where you're going to get one. And you can see here you can see the frustration as I realize, oh, Garudamon's really common in these packs. I shouldn't have bought them. Yeah. Eagle Eye Cycle's kind of rare. But I think I'm already maxed out on Flame Gatlings. And this is just me adding a note. Hey, this was a screw up. I shouldn't have bought those Garudamon. I should have waited until after I opened the packs. And then just bought the ones I needed. So now I'm actually back to grinding. Red Beedramon is the level 34, which is why I'm doing it right now. And then yeah, my guide on the side just leads you where you need to go level by level. The hard thing about grinding in this particular game is that you have to take into account 3 different things. Number 1 is your Digimon's actual level, right? Number 2 is your Digivolutions level. And number 3 is your load moves. So as you get new Digivolutions and new load moves, you have to think really hard about, all right, what am I going to use next, right? So if I swap to this Digimon, how strong is it? Is it a champion, an ultimate, a mega? Does it have weird stats? Because some Digimon do. And then I'm not going to have skills right out the gate. Do I even need them? Or in the case of Patamon, you probably need skills. Vmon, maybe. Kumon, you don't. But if I don't have skills, which skills do I want? Which skills do I need? And honestly, Kumon still needs skills. Like, once I unlocked Hammer Rush with Grismon, things got a lot easier. A lot easier because it basically deals triple the damage, double if he gets blocked one time. But since his speed is so high, he almost always hits all three. It's basically triple damage. In a specific case of Kumamon, as I'm playing through this, I'm recognizing that Kumamon is basically, I don't have levels to put into him into useful places. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I guess I'll go up to level 90 with Talmon. But then I get there eventually, I'm just like, I guess I go for Mega Gargomon then? Because I've fully maxed out. I've gotten Metal Field from Metal Gurumon. Metal Field is great because it weakens dark moves, which there's a lot of dark types later on in the game. So that's cool. But Thunderfield, what does Thunderfield weaken again? I forgot. It weakens Machine, right? It's great to have at some points. Like, it'll be great to have in the Dum Dum Factory for Amaterasu. But other than that, I don't really need it. So I'm just thinking to myself, okay, what do I do with Kumon here? And I end up going for Mega Gargomon. You'll see me get Mega Gargomon very late into the video. And yeah, I thought about it later on about how Kumamon is designed here. And my thought process leads me to think, well, wait, let me get back to that later. I promise I'm not going to leave you all on that. So, Tyranno Valley, Amaterasu. You notice that Metal Tyrannomon is extraordinarily resistant to physical attacks. So basically, every time I fight it, I kind of have to just bait out an eventual counter attack, because otherwise it'll just take forever to kill it, regardless of which Digimon I'm using, besides Kumamon, because Kumamon just does that much damage. But that becomes a problem for Patamon, because Patamon just keeps getting whittled down very, very quickly. Alright, so level 37 is probably the easiest to do, just because Marine Devimon is in all the seabeds that you're going to have access to in the beginning. So that's your target. So it's just super easy to knock him out. Back to Kumamon. So as I'm thinking about Kumamon, it's Earth sign, right? It's a bear. At its champion level, you have Grismon, but you also get the Vulpine Digimon, which is Cubimon. And when you look at Talmon, its finishing attack is a physical attack. Banhitsushin is a physical attack, even though it takes a lot of MP to use. It has pretty decent stats physically, honestly. Like, when you see me use Talmon, it's beating things up. And also, it's got Thunderfield attached to it. So it almost works as if it's an actual Kumamon intended Digimon, more so than a Renamon intended Digimon in this game. Now, moving forward to the Ultimate. The Ultimate itself is garbage. It doesn't get... It still has the two basic moves, which are played out by the time you get the second badge, honestly. Like, they're really, really bad. Lightning Slash and Whirlwind are really, really bad. And I wish they had a different move for Grappleomon, but they don't. Not only that, but it doesn't even get Hammer Rush, which is really, really bad. So you're just better off leveling Grismon all the way up to 75 so that you get Hammer Rush, which, like I said, amazing move, does 3 times damage. And then you can load on to other things at level 75. And then, but from the Grapleomon section, with enough metal experience, you do get the canine Digimon. Actually, Lupine first. You get a wolf that's Mega Garurumon, Metal Garurumon, excuse me, and you get the canine Digimon Mega Gargomon. So now you've covered kind of all the dog-like, bear-like Digimon, right? You've got the dog in Saint Gargomon, you've got the wolf in Metal Garurumon, you've got the fox in Cubimon Taomon. So you've covered a lot of stuff very quickly. And that's when I start thinking about how Kumon's probably closer to a concept Digimon than an actual, like, and it kind of screwed it over in some ways, but in real terms, Cubimon is very useful. Even though Kumamon itself doesn't have enough MP to support its moveset, when you actually need that Thunder Gemini to hit, I mean, it does more damage than at least than your Thunder Slash does. And then moving on, Metal Wolf Claw from Mega Garurumon, very few limited chances to use it, but Mechanical Bash is good. Mechanical Bash is good enough. And it's coming from a Digimon that, again, in theme is close to a bear. It's coming from a wolf. So that's cool. And then you look at Mega Gargomon, Saint Gargomon, if you will. It has one of the strongest physical attacks in the game as its finishing move. So all that comes together and it's kind of cool. The way it's put together in the theme is cool. So before I was looking at Kumamon and I was like, wow, its champion form and its ultimate form have no type of tree to them. Like all of its tree comes at Mega. But as I've learned later on, it's like, okay, I see why they kind of tunnel you into playing it this way. It's because they intend for you to play with all of the dog-like, bear-like, wolf-like, fox-like Digimon, all the quadrupeds. So that's fine. Cherrymon is another pretty easy one. The brown Cherrymon is literally the only thing that spawns here. It's just like the brown Woodmon over in Oscar server. Just stay in the tree area, the very early area of South Cape, and you'll get nothing but. And again, you see at the Digimon Lab, doing numbers, crunching numbers, doing the math, thinking, okay, it takes 50 levels now, it takes 50 DV points now to go up one level with this Digimon, blah blah blah. You know, it's an experience. It's something you got to play through, honestly. Got Brown Newmon down here. Um, he gives you the training book. I do need to try later on to see if that allows you to get multiple super trainings in a row. Because if it does, that'll make life a lot easier. Skull Satamon, ever since I saw it in Digimon Adventures, it's been one of my favorite. I want to say one of the favorites that of my. Yeah, I would say it's been one of my personal favorite quirky types. Right. Um, I just don't see enough of it. And I'm really confused that we don't see a straight up Satamon. Like you got Skull Satamon, but you don't have a regular Satamon. What happened there? No Mega Satamon, no Metal Satamon, even though that'd be kind of corny. Metal Satamon would be corny. But yeah, there's no. Yeah, it's just out there by itself. It's a ultimate, which means it's the same level as my oldest mon. I used to think of it as like Devimon's Digivolution, or I don't know where they put it honestly. Maybe it could be the answer to Magna Angelmon. That kind of makes sense. What's its original? Holy Angelmon, right? Yeah, maybe it can be the answer to that, but I don't know. Because you have Tsukaimon, which is the dark version of Patamon. I don't know what the champion is for that line. Is there a dark Angemon? Is there? Like evil Angemon? Maybe, I guess if you count Frontier, there's Darkmon. And then you have, let's say Skull Satamon, and then you can have a Shadow Seraphimon with that. I just don't know. I almost feel like you kind of need a regular Satamon at that point. Like a Satamon to fill that champion slot. And now that everything's at level 40, we're going to go back to the lab one more time just to do a lot more organization of things. Trying to figure out where I want everything to be for when I max out this Blackboard Greymon especially. And it took a while to figure that out, honestly. And then, yeah, just getting stuff together for the battle against Shadow Seraphimon and moving forward. Here we are. This is towards the end of the video. So if you made it this far, as always, I've been me. You've been awesome. Yeah, and I'll catch you on the next one. We're going to start the next one off immediately with the battle against Shadow Seraphimon. So, as always, yeah, peace.